Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be playing The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature and building a starter home. This is going to be my first house that I've built, so thanks to EA for giving me early access to check out this pack. I'll also have a full build and buy overview video for you guys if you want to check that out as well to see all of the build and buy items too. My name is going to be darting around the screen because this is not final software and it's actually an early build of the game. So yes, I did just before we get into the actual building of the house, I wanted to show you a build that I'm going to be inspired by. It's this one over here, I think. And it was built for this pack by the Sim Scrolls. And I'm just very inspired by this terrain and also this little archway under here. I think that's really cool, but because this house is too expensive for my Sim family to move into as a starter home, I'm gonna make our own little mini version of it. And given it's a starter home, I'm going to be using the funds that I have for 3 Sims, who I'm going to be doing a Let's Play with. The Let's Play should be out now if you want to check that out too. So if anyone can understand this, that's what we might be building today. And who knows if it's actually going to turn out looking like that anyway. So the lot we have right here is pretty small. It's in, wow, that build is so stunning over there. I'm intimidated. It's in the neighborhood Spruce Dairy Grove here in Innis Green. And I did unfortunately have to bulldoze the existing house that was here. I'm very sorry. But I just wanted a little starter lot to start on and we didn't have one already. Let's get our terrain paint up here. All of the builds done by community members in this pack are really impressive, so I definitely recommend checking them out. So because we want to have a little archway area, just like we saw in the Sim Scrolls build, I'm just gonna pop that here. There is a chance that we won't have enough money to execute this and we'll have to simplify the build a lot. So I really hope that we can make this work. I'm gonna bring this flooring across like that onto the terrain that we've just built. I'm gonna pop that in. And also, we need to make sure that we can access this little part. I'd love to have the archway visible from the front of the lot, so let's just make sure this is the front. Yes, it is. And when I'm working with terrain paint, probably my favorite, or terrain tool, my favorite thing is this flattened terrain tool right here. The reason why I love this one is because you can make sure that your Sims are gonna be able to walk along the ground and you know it's flat. Ooh, we can maybe use this secret stone swirl. Actually, you know what? I probably won't go for this just because we're gonna have to be super tight on budget, it being a starter home. So let's go with our free option, which is terrain tool or terrain paint. Why am I getting all the tools so confused? Terrain paint, terrain paint. It doesn't need to be rigid. So let's, let's do a little curve. My other favorite terrain manipulation tool is this smooth terrain because you can just gently smooth it out a little bit. Just make it look a little less intense and blend it all in together. And I also love doing this with a big brush so you can really get it to look like it blends in with the landscape around it. What's gonna be hard for us is trying to make it look like it blends into the side of the house. That can be quite tricky. And the Sim Scrolls did a really good job of that. Okay, this is where we're gonna put our little archway. It's our cheapest option. This one's 80 simoleons. Building a starter home with a new pack is also a really great way to see or get an idea of the different prices for things. I would love to use one of these big ones. They do look so fancy. We can see how we go. And I love the idea of it being a tunnel that goes through to the other side. I was also thinking we could put a staircase in here going up to the next level. Do a nice stone looking staircase. Oh, but it doesn't want to go there because of the terrain, right? Okay. Oh no, that's fine. So I'd even push this back. Yeah, just like that. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would just close that off. Actually, let's flip it the other way. I'm just being mindful of how much money we have to use. And I don't want to make this lot bigger than it needs to be. Or this build bigger than it needs to be. Then I had this idea we would have like, oh, this is expensive, 95 simoleons. This kind of fencing around here. and maybe even do a beautiful canopy. But again, all of this is way more expensive than I thought it would be. Like these posts are $250 each. Oh, maybe we'll focus on a beautiful build more than having heaps of furniture and then work to furnish it over time. To furniture it over time? What? I love how this wallpaper matches this. That's cool. And then we could use just the grass flooring here, which the Sim Scrolls may have done the same thing. I can't remember. We've just got to fix up this path a little bit. Whee! There we go. We'll soften it a little bit because this path doesn't really line up with another path, so we'll just let it look like it's naturally fading out a little bit. Or do we just keep this as grass in here? Like maybe we just terrain paint the whole thing because that makes it look more realistic as an indoor-outdoor area. There's also some really beautiful spandrels too that I would really love to use, but then again I'm like, this is probably gonna cost us a lot. If we can pull this off, it may be a little bit of a miracle. We've got some nice shingles here we could use. Not sure what color we want to go with yet, but I guess we'll decide once we get to the windows. I do like all the green swatches because it obviously goes with the foresty theme or green theme, nature theme of this pack and this world that we're building in. What's the cheapest front door? $175. This one is so cool, but it's kind of pricey. Maybe we do this one. That's such a pretty door. Looking at this more, we probably will have to utilize some of this outdoor areas, maybe a dining area or something. We have some really cool bathroom pieces. I wonder if we'll have enough money to use these. I love this little toilet. It's so cute with all the moss. Maybe we could just do this kind of a thing. So it's a touch smaller. And I guess we want the inside of the house to appear cozy. Well, to be cozy. I think our little starter home needs to be a little wider because we need to fit a bedroom in here too. I'm playing with 3 Sims because I'm playing 1 Sim per aspiration. But one of them's going to be a nature nomad, so I don't think they'll need a bed because they'll just sleep wherever. Wondering if I pop the door here if the Sims will still be able to get in. I reckon they will be because I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I've got a little bit of a tear in my wallpaper here. It might be the graphics card that I'm using. Oh, look at this mirror, so cute. Okay, we're gonna have to make this so minimal. I really wanted to use this new fireplace because it's so cool. As much as I love that other fireplace, I think I'm gonna go with this one and do like a red and lighter wood theme just so the room's a little lighter and brighter. I think we could potentially do a little dining table here. How much is this? 375 simoleons. Gosh, these fairies, they charge a pretty penny for their chairs. We're just gonna go some country ones, all right? Country cottage chairs. The cheapest in the game. We'll pop that there. Oh my gosh, the couch is $750. We can't afford that. What about an armchair? We're only able to have 1 armchair to start with, but at least this tells you that this would be the lounge room area. I'm not a huge fan of these cartoony rugs. I like this one, but how much is this one? 380. That's expensive. Well, we might have to go with a moss rug. And then our kitchen would go... Well, hold on. I think I've done this a little bit backwards. Maybe the lounge room should be over here, the dining area over here. So you kind of walk into a lounge and there's a bit more room, I guess, to expand it. I mean, I'd love to push this wall out, but we are running out of money quickly. But one day you could push out that wall. Could tuck a little bedroom in here. And then, or even if we made it slightly bigger, so you could... Wait, how big would a room have to be to fit in a double bed? Technically, you could fit a double bed into this room with basically no room for side tables, but you could like... Your Sims could get in from either side of the bed. So, you know, we could do it this way. Or just keep it super tiny for now until we can expand it more. And then you'd have your kitchen over here, squished in. So what are the things we need in a kitchen? We'd need a fridge. We'd get a cheap one. I'd love to use these, but these are a little expensive. I could do it like this, have a stove here or a barbecue if we can't afford a stove. Because this one, which suits the house, is almost 3,000 simoleons. So we're gonna have to go with this. Even though it doesn't really suit the beautiful kitchen stuff that we want to use. I think that's our best option. Whoa, we could have glass walls. Holy moly, that's crazy. We have to do a modern build soon. A modern glass. And this sink is actually made so it can fit in with your kitchen counters really nicely, so we can just pop that in here instead. Oh, we can also use this birch wood. Let's just find a wallpaper that looks like it goes with these beds here. There's actually a blue and purple version. We could go with this in the bedroom. That's quite pretty. Oh, these end pieces. These are both ends of this. They kind of have the same objects in them, which is a bit of a shame because they look strange next to each other. They're kind of flipped. I guess they're a little bit different. Would have been nice to have something completely different though. Okay, maybe we can do it this way. Or alternatively, we could just use some floating shelves like these. That could be cool. Probably a cheaper option. And that actually does look really good in the corner. Oh, these toadstools are $150 each, but they look so cool. And then I would usually have a wardrobe if we had money to build a bigger room, but I think we're gonna struggle a little bit fitting that in. I wish this was a little bit more affordable, this wardrobe. Now you're probably wondering, well, there are no windows. And you would be correct, there are no windows. I guess I was trying to figure out the floor plan before the rest of it. So what are our cheapest options? Luckily the windows are relatively affordable, most of them, especially the little ones. This is such a cute window. Wow. Or we could go with these more traditional looking windows. I kind of like these ones just because they're so different. Maybe we could do a little one above the fireplace. And then in terms of our roof line, what roof decor do we have that we could kind of squeeze in? We have this little circular one, or we have this type of thing. Not sure if it will suit our roof, either of those. I'm gonna select Shift C so we have a few more roof controls to work with. Let's pick this up and maybe give it a little bit of a fantasy irregular shape and then make it look a little strange. And then we also have some really fun shingles that we can use on the roof. Or we could go a grass roof. That's another option too. Yeah, I was thinking a roof that looks a little curvy and lopsided. Oh, and I really want to use the cute chimney that they have. Look how cute this chimney is. It looks so awesome. Or we could make the house red and go with the matching red windows. I think I liked the green more. And then did we want to have a roof going across here? Originally, I was just going to put greenery across it, but it might cost us too much. Unless we turn this whole part into a green roof. And then we can somehow figure out how to blend it in using some plants. Hopefully we can afford the plants is my worry. Oh, I just had another idea. If we layer the roof, making it in on one side and kind of cut it into pieces, I suppose. I was just thinking maybe we could do a little glass portion here. That little center part, kind of cute. I mean, it gives it something a little extra. I don't know if I can line these up though, just because it's so whimsical looking. If I line them up perfectly and pull this back, there's still going to be a little bit of overhang here. Well, it's kind of weird how all the plants are listed here as roof sculptures. Okay, let's turn on move objects and see, oh, can't intersect. I swear I used to be able to place these up here with the move objects on sheet. Okay, well there's some things that will still place, which is good. But I swear we used to be able to place all of these anywhere we wanted to with the move objects on sheet on top of a roof. I love these flowers they've added. They're really cute. Or at least we can have a couple of them around the place. But it looks like it's very symmetrical and restricted placement the way you can put stuff here, but to be fair, I have used a lot of roof editing and get one over there. That's good. Not really anywhere else though. Oh well, we'll just keep it simple. Oh, it would be nice to use this charmed escape balcony, but it's really expensive. What other options do we have here? These are pretty expensive too, but at least they're a bit bigger, so you can fit more here. That's so pretty because it blends into the wall so well. If we had budget to, I would go absolutely crazy with all of this stuff and like cover the whole facade of this. Obviously we can't do that though. We're a bit restricted without budgeting. So I'm gonna play it safe and just do a few pieces at the front. Okay, where else do we need to have windows in here to make it feel like a nice little house? Probably should have something in the kitchen. This one would be good. And have this big one over here, a little one in the bathroom. And we're going to have to camouflage this hill with a whole heap of plants, which I'm thinking maybe we might need to go to debug mode to get some free plants. Otherwise, we're just gonna break our budget trying to fit it all in. Well, let's add our final little things in here. This cute little acorn. Are you so adorable? There's really not a whole lot of artwork in the game. Like, I don't even think there's one thing in the painting category except for the backsplash tiles for the kitchen and an unlockable. I was really hoping to see some really cool like folk art stuff and fairy art or nature art. So I was really disappointed by that. And also disappointed we don't have much landscaping stuff for a nature focus pack either. $150 a pop for these tiles. I would place them here, but we can't afford it. I don't think we're gonna be able to have any curtains. Oh, the nature press. I really want to get one of these, but that's 450 simoleons? At least the apothecary table is pretty cheap. Maybe we can afford to have this down here already. We probably don't need it though, but that's where I would end up putting it. Oh, gnome dolph. How much is this? $1,300. That would look really cool off the side. Oh, our letterbox. Yes, we should definitely have a letterbox. I also think we should do a little bit of terrain painting to kind of make it look a little more realistic. Okay, what I just did was not making it look realistic, but let's try this again. Also, whenever it has that brown straight bit of soil at the bottom part of the hill, I'd always smooth that out because that means that that edge is pretty harsh. Let's just smooth this out a bit. And then that way, if we can smooth it out, it'll look like it goes with our footpath area a little bit better that surrounds this lot. Oh, we also need to do a little bit of work on the ceiling because currently there is no ceiling under these and they look kind of weird when you go underneath. We don't want any ceiling underneath our glass panel though because that would be silly. And thankfully, all of this is free to build, so we don't have to worry about how much it's costing us. Okay, I just pieced that back together again. We also need to do a quick lighting check here too. Looking a little dark at nighttime. This doorway, this little model is $250. This fern is $50. I guess that's better. I don't know, I feel like everything's really expensive. Like even this picture frame is $100. And if we get a plant pot, that's pretty pricey too, because the pot's like $50. And then the plants are like 240 simoleons. I don't think I've ever complained about the price of something in The Sims so much before. In this economy. Oh, I like these shelves. Okay, we'll just use some base game plants. Okay, have I got everything? I've got the fridge. Excellent. This little guy is really cute. We'll pop them down there too. Okay, I think the rest of the money we're going to need to use on our landscaping. So let's get some build sheets up. Let's do show hidden objects. Then there's the ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement. And then bb.show live edit. Okay, now we should be able to have access to a whole heap of stuff. Here we go. And this kind of thing costs 0 simoleons. Good. The only problem with this is when we put our walls down, that ain't gonna disappear. So that's the only thing we have to be a little bit more careful about. And I do love that we have some mushrooms that we can use. I wish that we did have mushrooms outside of the build sheet. We could probably put some on our roof. That's really cute, but then it's going to be floating. Oh no, it disappeared. That's good. And pop some hedges down here as well. The problem I'm having with these cheap items though is I can't lower them at all onto the terrain. I love these mossy rocks we have access to though. Oh, I think I can use a few of these pieces on the side of the house. That would look nice just here. Gotta lower it down a little bit. I also love these hanging plants. Those look really cool in front of the front door in this balcony area. Okay, I found this stuff from Debug that seems to be really good at kind of covering up this hillside. So I'm gonna start layering that underneath the house. And it's not coming through the floor, so that's perfect. And it's not costing us a penny. And then we can create this layering effect by then more of it below. So it's just gonna look like it's kind of coming naturally down the hill. That's our goal anyway. I really love this little pink bush too, really sweet. Oh, the lavender looks great too with this green colored place. Oh, we're starting to get there, folks. It takes a while to build it up, bit by bit. Ooh, nice rocks. I'm going to actually start simplifying this because I think I made it too complicated. Like it looks too busy. Sometimes that can happen when you get a little too excited. You know what I just thought about? We could have added some water in here too. Just, you know, just a little bit. I mean, why not? That looks magical. Just clean up some of the edges though, because we don't want the water just randomly finishing on the side of the lot, do we? Oh no, my path. Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. Because now I have to make the water look good too. before I just had to make the garden look good. And we definitely need to put some fireflies around the place. Now these are kind of expensive. They're $10 each. Worth it though, because they're gonna look super magical. $100 for water lilies. Oh, we can use these little logs along the side of it. The mossy rocks also look really good next to the water. So that's a really nice new item to use if you're building lakes and stuff like that. Okay, I think we're kind of looking pretty good now. We've still got 1,500 simoleons. Okay, I think this is our starter home finished. It's kind of crazy this is a starter home. That's really cool. And I wanted it to definitely have scope to be expanded easily, which I think you can also do. There's plenty of room to make the rooms bigger as you work towards raising some more money. Let's check it out in live mode and see what it looks like as it comes to life. So let me play my little family here. Whoa, my hair looks crazy. And here it is. Oh, it looks so pretty. Wow. Oh, I really like it. And even though I'm using early access right now, when I do get the regular game, I'll be sure to upload this lot to the gallery. So just keep an eye out. My username is Deligracy on the gallery. And these are my 3 Sims here that are going to be living in our little house. Okay, well, let's go in and have a look. So we've got our letterbox, our mushrooms, our underground area, inspired by the Sim Scrolls. Thank you, the Sim Scrolls. I might end up making that roof a little bit darker, but we just have some planters down here. This is where I would end up putting the apothecary table probably, or any other gardening stuff or outdoorsy skill building. And then you go up this staircase. We just have a very simple chair out here, but you could end up putting a barbecue area. What is that? Wait, what is... Oh, I know what that is. It's our hanging plant downstairs. We put it up too high. Whoopsie dipsy, that's right. I'm just gonna press 0 on my keyboard a few times. There we go. That's all fixed now. I think I'll also need to continue this wallpaper down to the lower level too, or vice versa. Anyway, the Sims are like, okay, we want to see our new house. So this guy, he's going to be living off the land anyway, so I didn't really include him in the bedroom organization, but he's loving the fire. You know, we got this cute little fire area. Again, this would one day be expanded. You'd get another chair, maybe a nice lamp. But right now it's just got the bookshelf, 1 chair. We have our teeny tiny bedroom in here. Of course, you would extend it, probably push it out the front a bit. And then if we go through here, we have our lovely, very simple bathroom. Super cool, the mossy toilet and shower. You could obviously replace the toilet with a normal one if you want to. And then in here, they've got a nice little dining table that will fit all of them. A beautiful big window, a little kitchen area, but it's got everything you need there. Sink, fridge, oven, stove, and bin. And fire, smoke alarm. Yay! And that's it, you guys. This is our little teeny tiny starter home. And I love the chimney going. Isn't that cute? I absolutely love the chimney. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this starter home. Thank you guys for watching. And do check out my Let's Play. I'm gonna be playing in this house with our Sims. And also if you wanna see all the items in build and buy mode, you totally can, because I'll be sure to have a full build and buy video uploaded as well as a Kaz review video too. Oh, she's playing in the puddle, having a great old time over there. Thanks so much to my amazing members for your support. If you are wanting to get this pack, you can also use the code Deligracy to directly support this channel. You just enter the word Deligracy in the promo code section at the checkout. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you a discount, but like I said, it does support the channel. And there's also tons of other creators who have creator codes too, so make sure to use someone's. I hope you guys are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Back down.